There was a lot that happened last stream. I did want to briefly, talk about a couple of things that I don't think I either didn't say when I was talking about it, or something I just completely missed. So the first one that I just completely missed is, Varis actually has, like everyone kind of says, has a pretty good read on Eorzean history. More specifically, he, pretty squarely calls out everyone for just failing to kind of protect their nations and from the primals the same way the Empire has. Because, if we're talking about the efficacy of everyone's rules, then the fact that Varis has, or the Empire specifically, has quashed summoning in its regions is important. Now, forget for a moment that, the true nature of the Empire and whatnot. And he pretty squarely calls out a couple of people for their hypocrisy of not being able to achieve what he has. So he dresses down Melwerb, which I felt good about because, again, in my opinion, Melwerb is... Well, actually, I can actually combine these 2 points. So, Melwerb is, the worst Eorzean leader. Those in the Twelveswood are peaceful. They don't want to go to war. They use it as a last resort. That's kind of their thing. So they look for peace wherever it can be found. And it can be assumed that they try to do that. The Ixal, implied to be very warlike and just not really up for the negotiations. Uldar is in a similar situation. Though you don't see them actually treating with the few peaceful Amalja that are in the region, which I happen to stumble upon. I don't know if you see them in a side quest or not, but, I hadn't seen them up until this point, and they didn't come up in the MSQ. And, a similar thing to that with the Ixal, actually, because I think it was implied during the conversations we were having then that there are peaceful Ixal. It's just not all of them, and the ones that don't give a shit are continuing to war on. Now, the point is that, those leaders are at least taking steps to do something where they can, where possible. Melwerb, however, and the Maelstrom, don't. It's, and the hypocritical point that I didn't actually hit upon as well as I could have was the fact that Melwerb will accept that the summonings are partly their fault, and that it should be their jobs to bridge the gaps, which was what I assume the agreements are. And, says she takes responsibility for, the summonings on her turf, but justifies that by saying, well, I mean, they summoned them. Seemingly forgetting that, they are a big reason why they continue to summon their primals. It's all well and good to say, yeah, well, I mean, we'll strike them down if we have to as a last resort, when you're when that is the only way you are solving the issue. That justification doesn't work. Anyway, yeah, that's why Melwerb is the worst. But one thing that Varis actually touches on is how the Holy See ended up, or Ishgard, sorry, not the Holy See, how Ishgard managed to get peace with the Dravanians, which was by killing Nidhogg. And, yeah, they did need to use violence to depose someone who was not going to do anything, or who's not going to use anything peaceful, and Varis basically points to this and says, well, you want peace, but really, you don't go about this in peaceful situations. Don't pretend us coming here to instill peace is any different. And that's an incomplete examination of the situation, in my opinion. Obviously, the Emperor being wrong is fine. He's the Emperor, and like a unbelievably racist in charge of an unbelievable, or has an unbelievably racist plan for the world. So it's like his examination being incorrect isn't like a fault. But what I do want to point out is the fault in his reasoning. Nidhogg is a literal manifestation of vengeance. They are not a person. The Nidhogg they were facing in that situation was a primal. A primal cannot be reasoned with. It is a literal manifestation of particular feelings of the people that summon it. Now, there are instances of primals that are actually reasonable, Ramuh being one of them, but that's because they are willed to be so. Nidhogg basically begot Nidhogg, who is only seeking vengeance. So even if I could argue that the real Nidhogg probably could actually be reasoned with, maybe after a very long fucking time, the shade he summons of himself probably can't. I think that is worth pointing out, that, like, Ishgard did, but that was the literal last resort against something that categorically cannot be reasoned with. It's just not the same. Whereas, like, Varis is literally sitting at a table with the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance and trying, or at least feigning, to negotiate peace, and they're clearly, like, trying to come to an agreement. That is not the same situation. Yeah, I think that was it. It was just the thing I missed about Melwerb, like, the hypocrisy being that, like, she goes, oh, well, I mean, we do it as a last resort, but it's literally the only thing they do, to remedy the situation. And yeah, Varis kind of pointing to Nidhogg as what I would say, yeah, again, is an incomplete analysis of the situation. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to touch on. And it's something that's not explained here, but was something that's not explicitly touched on, because the process by which Varis wants to bring about his goal is through the Ardors, the rejoinings, the Calamities. Now, somewhere along the line, apparently, the perfect race manifests, and it's unclear how that works. But I do want to point out that there is a potentially incredibly horrifying version of that, where not only are you annihilating entire stars with each Ardor, as Alizé points out, but, like, also, like, annihilating the... Fuck, I wonder if that's got something to do with the reason... Like, what I was about to say was that, there's a possibility that, like, people, races, the personalities of those people are either overridden or erased. I wonder if that's got something to do with the reasons that no one can remember the Warriors of Light. Well, actually, no. Does that extend to anyone else? Because I think kind of the implications is that the Warriors of Light kind of sacrifice themselves to make sure things can continue on. And apparently were erased in a very, game I'm not going to say the title of because that's a spoiler. But in an almost complete fashion, to the point that people who still exist in the world can't actually remember them. I can't remember if that, if any characters actually pointed out that had happened to other people besides the Warriors of Light. Okay, maybe those aren't actually connected. It could just be that, you know, they sacrifice themselves in order to continue the world, and as a result, their, like, personage is completely annihilated from all memory and whatnot. But the idea that, like, the calamity not only destroys entire stars of the realms that become reattached to the source, but would erase or overwrite, like, people in the source. Like, I mean, you're already killing entire planets to get your goal going, but you're also, like, on top of the people dying in the calamity in the source, on top of the stars dying and as a result of the calamities in the other realm, in the reflected realms, you may also be potentially rewriting entire peoples to be a perfect race, which is not something the game has implied, I should point out. But I realized that was, like, something that never was stated, and I was like, there is a very bad version of that that can happen. But I guess we won't find out until we go forward, so that's what we're gonna do. Actually, I do want to check one thing before we head off. Interesting. There's no connection for Discord on my Twitch account, but it says it in Discord. I wonder if that has to be reflected for it to actually work. Well, something I can look into on another time. Hey! Come back to find Doma's advance party ready and waiting for battle. So, as worrying as our little chat with the Emperor was, it did buy enough time for at least some of our allies to arrive. What little good we can take from that, I guess. Having listened to Emperor Varis's maniacal plans, Lise is ready to go to war.
I'm not sure what I was expecting from our meeting with the Emperor, but it wasn't that. Still, at least we know now what he's really after.
True.
Aye, a future built on a mountain of bodies. I too want the Ascians dead, but not at any cost.
The last of the reinforcements from Dorma arrived not long ago. I pray it will be enough. Given the Emperor's stated goal, this is a battle we can ill afford to lose.
If the Gallians come in force, we may not have much say in the matter, even with our combined strength.
We knew from the first that the odds would be against us. But if there is even the slightest chance of victory, we must do everything in our power to seize it.
We must seize it, full stop.
Here!
Sorry, I'm adjusting things.
The two of you are to join an irregular unit and support the main host. I won't bother asking if you're minded to fight.
After coming this far, how could I not? And for once, there's no one around to countermand me. Not that they would. Not even my brother. But we all know who really make the difference. Ready to frighten some Garleans?
You bet.
I wouldn't want to be on their side.
Might I ask you to accompany the Dorman contingent? They are strangers here, and your presence would do much to raise their spirits.
We would be honored.
When our people stride out with you in their midst, I dare say the Eorzeans will feel an ilm taller themselves. High spirits have a way of spreading.
What I wouldn't give to join you. But my duties as field commander will not allow it. I'll leave the front lines in your capable hands.
Are you all looking at me for a... Okay, I was gonna say. Am I gonna do just the punch to the hands again and that's about it?
The hour of battle has come. May the crystal guide us to victory!
What, no gunshot, Millward?
Since the others couldn't be here, we'll have to fight twice as hard. If Alphinaud wakes to find the Imperials have won, I shall never hear the end of it. It's strange. I thought I would be terrified when the fighting started. I should be terrified. But with you at our side, I can't help feeling everything is going to be all right. So please, don't you dare leave me alone.
Someone's gonna get snatched in this battle. I can feel it.
No matter what happens, we have to survive together.
Well, at least those statements are very leading to a situation like that. It's not a guarantee, of course, but, I mean... Every other time it seems like we should have been advancing towards, like, a better situation, it seems like someone goes, nope. None of that. Of course, that's dungeon. Cool, let's go back to fucking Hildebrand. 7 minutes. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna be... That's not gonna be, no, nope. Yes. There we go. Oh, actually, before I forget. So I seem to forget to resummon Titan a lot recently. Can't wait until we get interrupted in this cutscene again. Ooh. Fog's rolled in on Costa del Sol. Okay, sorry about that. Where were we? Yeah, isn't it cold here? Maybe we should go away. Nonsense, it's better here than out in the sweltering heat. Okay. Found out 3 people might be involved, and, you... Hello? I'm here. Of course, beg your pardon, Inspector. You look unwell. Maybe we should get away from the cold. Nah, screw that, I'll build a fire. Oh, I wonder if I'll see that effect on the ground again. Chance of locating substantial is infinitesimal. Yeah, except for that one stick that Nashu left here, which would be perfect. Yeah, you can still kind of... Oh, that's weird. It's actually like the outline of her arm that seems to be like affecting the way the shading is working. Almost like her body is like a slight light source, but it's being reflected in the stone, kind of like how in some games if you're flying above the water, you can see your reflection ahead of you. Huh. Must record these words. Oh no, now everyone's gonna find out that I was actually dissing the Inspector the whole time. What have we here? I actually want to read these notes out again, because I can't remember them off the top of my head. Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Mood. Could this be another challenge from the Fiend? Surely you jest, Inspector. Looks nothing like his usual card, see? Doubtless it's just the idle ravings of some madman. Perhaps so, but we must exercise due caution. 2 more pages. Give up hope here, many faces will laugh last. It is not the lapis maiden alone that shall come to... Oh, wait a minute! I get what's going on here. Fuck, I don't know why I didn't realize this when it was happening. Nashu is writing what's happening in this like she's writing a piece of fiction. It's more direct than previous challenges. Yeah, that would make so much more sense now. Oh, damn, I don't know why I didn't piece that together. Confounding Inspector Brad and will meet a fiery demise. Right. Now we'll truly see what happens. Hopefully. Why would you slide? Oh, right. Hildebrand? Don't fucking move. I should have seen that coming. You saw through the Fiend's ruse. But how? Let's just call it reporter's intuition. Are you hurt? Ringing in my ears, but otherwise no worse for the wear. You have my gratitude. Hildebrand Mandeville, were you able to learn aught of the Fiend who made this ignoble attempt on my life? I exhausted every effort, Inspector, yet I fear our courier proves ever elusive. Excellent. Might have died of shock if you had. At any rate, our foe has revealed himself as no mere thief, but a madman who will resort to cold-blooded murder. We must redouble our vigilance, lest the others come to harm. Vigilance! Yes, vigilance is the order of the day. What in the name of the gods... Thor's teeth! Those vegetables cost a fortune, and they've ruined. Agent of inquiry? More like agent of injury and incompetence. You are to replace the supplies that you destroyed before the banquet begins, or I will see the entire lot of you rot in jail. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Shit, I was gonna say, why aren't we talking to anyone here? What was that terrible explosion Okay, at least it's a different one. That's fine. Okay, we got through one Hildebrand cutscene.
Forward! Forward!
Leave this to me.
What? Oh. Damn it. Ooh, that's a big boy. Oh. Alright, that went pretty well. Anything I want from there? No. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, that's a 99. God damn. Oh. Okay. Excuse me? Oh, I didn't summon the right pet. Damn it. I don't know why that death flare didn't go off, though. The fuck? I really should stop saying that I feel like I'm doing well. It seems like every time I do that, I manage to fuck up, like, immediately. Death flare again.
I shan't hold back!
Ready?
Come on. Come close. There we go. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That was the wrong one again. What the... Oh. Oh, well. Oh, the timer on that must have run out. I was going to say, I don't think we beat the boss yet.
You underestimate me.
Oh, shit. Oh my god, I'm losing it.
This knight does not yield! Out of my way!
Wait, they got the mechanics? What? Oh shit. I almost missed it again. I didn't even think that was a thing. Oh, Jesus. Huh? Oh.
As one!
Are we gonna fight the Emperor at the end of this? Because we're starting to collect all the warriors, and I'm... Oh, well, I guess we left behind, Emmerich and, Emmerich and Hien. Oh, Jesus. Oh, we gotta pump the damage.
Let us be about it!
Oh, never mind. Hien's got it. Whomst. Ah, of course. Did they start the fight? Unfucking believable. Absolute moron. Oh my god. Wouldn't have happened if someone had actually just gotten out of the fucking road. We had so much room on the left side and everyone just tried to stack up. Jesus fucking Christ. Hello? Oh my... Jesus. Oh, I thought she would have been dead by that, but apparently not. Should have pulled that out a bit earlier, but... Served our purpose. Damn. Didn't get any of it.
There you are, and none the worse for wear.
Hang on a second. Just banning that bot. Cool.
Indeed. I had hoped we might do more to help, but there seems to be no one left to fight.
I'm not so sure about that.
Tactical withdrawal, perhaps?
We should give chase. Finish them off while we have the chance. Imagine the other surprise when they wake to find the war already won.
Don't say that. Damn it! God damn it!
The light will expunge all life. Only you can forestall the calamity. Throw wide the gates.
No! 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 Not like...
Fuck.
Oh no. Don't tell me. Are you all right? Quickly! We must get her back to the encampment.
Throw wide the gates. So, like, if I hadn't been on the if I hadn't been on the Thaumaturge Black Mage job quests and that, I wouldn't think much of that. Or sorry, I'd think something else of that. I think something else of that, given that I have. I started that sentence off poorly. Because there was a similar thing there of opening the Void Gate. And I'm not sure if there is a Void Gate, because the details of that quest basically sum up that, like, yeah, someone had opened it or the original 4 Black Mages had opened that. But whether or not that is just a thing that exists or was manufactured by this specific Void being is unclear. The only other gates I can think of is, like, the gates we saw, or, like, prominent gates. So, like, something that is not just a set of doors, right? The only other ones I can think of are, like, the ones in the realm we saw the Ascians in, but our character doesn't know about those. A general sort of throw open the gates to darkness, I guess. Like, if it's supposed to be something we don't know about. The only other one I can actually think of off the top of my head is the ones in the Crystal Tower, too. And outside of the narrative, I know that the Crystal Tower is important for Shadowbringers because you're required to do it, or required to complete that raid to do stuff in Shadowbringers, to some extent. So... it's still unclear. But, I am now the only remaining Scion, so, fuck. So the Guardians have been routed, have they? Well done. Well, member of, like, the highest-ranking people in the Scions, anyway. This exchange was no more than a test of our strength, like as not. They won't be taking any chances now that the Emperor has joined the fray. They want to take their time, whittle down our defences. Still, with your help, and that of our eastern allies, we passed the first test. Our line is unbroken. As for Alizé, well, she's in good hands over the infirmary. My lord, the chirurgeons have completed their examination of Mistress Alizé, and it is as we feared. She's locked in a slumber without any outward cause. Just like the others. Damn it all. Aye, the Guardians picked a fine time to come knocking. 5 scions incapacitated, and with the enemy on our doorstep, I cannot spare the men to assist in the search for a cure. The best I can do is see to it that Alizé is escorted safely back to the Rising Stones. Yugiri and I will return to our encampment. The main contingent of our forces from the Far East is under sail, and all must be made ready for their arrival. I'll not keep you then. I think this is the first time, like, the Warrior of Light has just been left to their own devices. Potentially. I don't know, we may get someone... Well, okay. The one person that could probably have something for us right now is Kryl. But if that's not the case, then where do we go now? Judging by the Guardians' recent movements, or lack thereof, they won't be launching another offensive in the immediate future. You should return to the Rising Stones. Given the plight of your fellow scions, I can understand if you feel on edge, but you'll be no good to anyone without rest. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Oh. Didn't move there for a second. I thought my fucking mouse had broken or something. Ah, Aldine, welcome home. Word has it you and Mistress Alizé gave the Guardians quite a thrashing. Speaking of her, where is Mistress Alizé? I'm certain she would have returned by now. By the 12, not her too. Oka and I will ready the infirmary of her, for her arrival. We also need to send a message to Taru post-haste. Would that I had something other than grim tidings to share with her. With you too, for that matter. It grieves me to report that the Archon's condition remains unchanged. As we speak, Coltonet, Kryl, and Master Matoya continue to explore every possible avenue. Alas, their efforts have yet to bear fruit. But all is not lost. You are still hale and whole, after all, though I suspect you must be tired from your journey. You should rest, my friend. Leave the worrying to us, for the time being, at least. Oh no. That is very fucking bad. Rebolder's sullen expression suggests he has no news to share, which in this case may not mean good news. Ah, Aldine, yours is a welcome face indeed in these troubled times. Though if you've come to inquire about our stricken brothers and sisters, I'm afraid I have naught to report. Colton and the others continue their tireless search for answers, and I too have done all in my power to assist them. Alas. My apologies for the intrusion. I was told Master Alphino had been brought here and wished to see if his condition had improved. Huh? Oh, Maximo. Master Aldine, I have heard about the part you played in driving back the Empire's forces. Thank you. That you were able to stop them, if only for a short while, gives me hope. I realize how strange such words must sound coming from a Guardian's lips, but I speak them out of love, the love I bear for my homeland, because I wish to see an end to the bloodshed. That is why I chose to share all that I know with the Alliance. Though I will surely be branded a traitor, I am content to bear the ignominy. 'Twill seem a small price to pay if it helps to prevent this conflict from escalating any further. But enough of my prattling. The war is not what brought me all this way. I came to see Master Alphino. An acquaintance of Aldine and Alphino, are you? Well, far be it from me to turn away good company. If you'll follow me, sir. When word reached me that Alphino had returned, it seemed only right that I visit him. Poor lad. It pains me to see him thus. But I take solace in the knowledge that he is safe and well cared for. He fought valiantly at the burn. The Populares could not have wished for a more committed ally. I know not how he came to be so afflicted, but I pray a cure will be found soon. On an unrelated note, you may be interested to know that I travelled here in the company of another acquaintance of yours. He awaits my return at North Silvertier, and I am certain he would be glad to see you, assuming you can spare the time, that is. Who could this be? Can't think of too many people, to be honest. I doubt it's Gaius. Like, he's pretty clearly, like, still doing stuff in Garlemald. Okay, before I get there, can I think of anyone? No, I don't think I can. Oh. Oh, of course. Sid. I thought it was going to be someone, like, directly involved in what's been happening so far, but... Oh, there you are. Just beginning to think you would not come. Hey, buddy. It sounds like you've been through the mill. You should have called me. Though I must confess, tracking down missing souls isn't exactly within my field of expertise. As you may have surmised, I heard much of Master Garland growing up in Garlemald. Indeed, he has long been a source of inspiration to me. Most Garleans would say he's a traitor, that he turned his back on his country. We of the Populares, however, consider him a revolutionary, a man willing to defy the Empire's dreams of subjugation, that his inventions might bring about a better future for all mankind. Please. Revolutionary is a term best reserved for my... Revolutionary is a term best reserved for my work. I am but an Imperial defector who thought to aid another Imperial defector. Whatever Master Garland says, I am humbled to find myself in such distinguished company. Speaking of distinguished company, we heard from Ralbarn that you ran into an old friend in the burn. Is it true? Gaius still lives? Like most in the army, I never had the privilege of seeing the legatus without his mask. To think I walked halfway across the burn in the presence of the Black Wolf. And he claimed to have severed ties with the Empire to hunt Ascians, did he? Oh, yeah, also, I just realized, it's funny how Varis was like, you know, none of you can, like, counter the Ascian threat, as you are. And, like, granted, the Warrior of Light is a bit of an exception because, they're basically more or less empowered by Hydaelyn. Like, that's kind of an exception. And, in fact, kind of proves Varys' point. Like, you need Hydaelyn to be able to do this. But apparently Gaius has just been killing Ascians. Like, straight up. Like, we're not 100% sure if he knows the difference between, like, permanently killing an Ascian and just forcing an Ascian to, you know, retreat to the realm between realms. But Gaius is just a guy now. He doesn't even have Ultima or anything like that. He's got a gunblade and he's killing Ascians. Like, I think that counts for something. He might be onto something. Like, After his humbling at the Praetorium, one would think he'd have the good sense to stay dead. Should we meet again, I shall be sure to tell him so. Commander Alden also spoke of the Alliance's meeting with the Emperor, though I still labour to believe what he told us. Did his Radiance really claim that Garlemald was founded by the Ascians? Yep. But that is madness. The very notion is absurd. Every fibre of my being rails against it. And yet I see there is no escaping the truth. From the very founding of my homeland, my brothers and sisters have laid down their lives in service to a lie. Funny how that parallels the situation in Ishgard. The Ascians must be stopped. To save my people, to save all peoples. For all the Empire's many crimes, even I did not suspect. Had I known, I would have left a lot sooner. But that is in the past. Here in the present, we must apply ourselves to the problem of how the Empire's ambitions may be thwarted, not only in Eorzea, but in the Far East as well. The Ironworks will spare no effort to achieve the end. Seryu's wall was a good start, but we can do more, and we will. We'll show them what it means to achieve freedom through technology. Begging your pardons, I bear a message for the Warrior of Light. So? Commander Alden requests your presence at Alliance headquarters in Alamigo. He would discuss matters of strategy at your earliest convenience. Ah yes, the inevitable messenger. I knew it would be long before duty called you away. It's funny that. Time no doubt being of the essence, could I tempt you to a ride aboard the Excelsior? If there's a faster way to Ralbarn's side, I personally apologize to the commander for keeping him waiting. Oh, I will, personally. Well, I mean, is warping there slower than traveling by airship? That feels like one of those questions I'm not actually meant to ask. Oh yeah, and I guess the area we're going to doesn't actually have a way to it. I swear, every time you board my airship, you seem to be barreling headlong into danger. Every time you somehow contrive to emerge victorious. Which, of course, is an admirable skill. But no one is invincible, Aldine. Not even you. So please take care of yourself out there. I pray you remain safe on the front lines. Though ill-equipped to join the fray, I shall do all I can to assist from headquarters. My colleagues and I have been tasked with evacuating casualties by air. See that you aren't among them, eh? A Requiem for Heroes. Despite the apparent urgency of Ralbarn's summons, the Resistance fighter seems content to wait for your signal to proceed. Commander Alden is waiting, sir. It would be best if we proceed to Alliance headquarters at once. feel like some shit is about to go down here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Seeing that ominous glow about my destination is like, oh, you're here. Good. Summon you to discuss strategy, but first I would apprise you of the Garlean's movements. Okay.
There have been several skirmishes along the border, but as yet neither side has delivered a decisive blow. We had long assumed that the Garleans would overwhelm us in a straight fight, but we seem to be gaining ground, albeit slowly. As to why that might be, the most likely explanation is that they have yet to commit all their forces. Still, we're winning, and our latest intelligence suggests the Emperor has retreated back to Garlemald. In light of this, we're considering launching an offensive with the aim of pushing the front line forward and giving ourselves some room to breathe.
Commander! The Imperials! They've broken through our defenses to the east.
What?
Our scouts say their forces are being led by Lord Xenos. Lord Heian and Commander Hext have taken their troops to provide support, but we don't know how long they can hold out.
So, they've been biding their time, waiting for his arrival, have they?
Yeah.
Very well. Send word to our allies, requesting reinforcements for the front line. Should the worst come to the worst, I may need to enter the fray myself. But what of you? Do you still have the strength to fight?
I'm not going to reserve myself for the Ascian, but...
Much obliged. Given the choice, I'd take you over 100 soldiers.
That's fair.
Why won't they open?
Motherfucker, no!
Please, I bid you open.
That's the first time no one's been taken.
What's wrong? Is it the voice again?
That we know of. I wonder if this being is having trouble because of the echo.
Are you sure you're in a fit state to do this?
Like, if that was meant to pull me away, because at this point, I don't think there's anyone else. Like, these targets have been reserved to the, like, old members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I don't know, like, I want to discount Kryl, who is, like, the only other person I think of who could be snatched up like this as a person who could... Well, actually, she also has the Echo, so, like, if I'm under the assumption that, like, that would be a problem, then maybe she's actually safe. But I'm pretty sure that the only person remaining that could conceivably be snatched up in this way would be myself, the Warrior of Light.
May Ralga grant us strength. Give 'em hell, lad. I, for my part, will defend this place to my dying breath.
Oh, fuck. Are we going to play as Hien? Or Lys. That's also a good one. No, it's going to be Hien. I like these a lot. Okay, just give me 1 second, Xenos. I need to look at my buttons. Executes the following weapon skills in succession. Delivers an attack. It's a dot. Rushes target and delivers an attack. Instantly restores HP. Okay, so... filler with 1, closer with 3, dot with 2. Got it.
Ready?
Oh, that's not... Yep. Wait, did that not fucking work? What the hell? Oh, maybe I... Oh, that looked like a channel. That probably makes sense, actually. Alright, well, so far he's almost not even trying.
This one's for you, Ida.
The Warrior of Light is still nowhere in sight is a really foreboding fucking message. Oh, Yugiri, what the fuck? Oh, fuck. That's a channel, dummy. Oh, Jesus.
Here it comes.
Lise! God!
The weave of a shinobi's power. The art of my forebears.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage. I don't know if that actually deals more damage doing that, but... Yes! Fuck yeah, Lise.
Magic with a Garlean body. That's hardly fair. Still, he must be stopped, no matter the cost.
I really wish I had better armor for this scene.
Bringer of light. It has been too long. No words to mark our reunion? So be it. Equilibrium must be restored, and only your death will redress the balance.
What did I get paralysis from? What the fuck? Oh, I did that the wrong way around. Damn it.
I see.
Oh. Wait.
Your mother chose her champion well.
I thought you needed to find another body.
Yet, for all your strength, you will still fail.
Please, I beseech you.
Someone calls to you. Too late, alas.
I didn't count those as quick as I thought I would have.
I found you.
You. I've seen you in promotional material.
Please, there's no cause for alarm.
Bruh, do you know what you just interrupted?
Though, I confess, this is not where I had intended to meet. But the place of our meeting is of no consequence, like the war you wage. Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. The better path leads you here, to me. I have need of your strength. The battle is over, the danger past, but your work is not yet done.
I don't trust that, because this person just implied that it didn't matter what happened. But you know what? I think I care if fucking Xenos is about to, like, just murder everyone at the Alamegan fucking border.
Go to the Crystal Tower. I have left something for you near its base.
Well then.
It will serve as a beacon of sorts, one which I pray will help you on your journey. All you need do is find it. I will take care of the rest.
You probably don't actually know what's going on in the realm I came from, I assume.
We will throw wide the gates. And the path to the first will be yours to walk at last.
Wait. That's not good. Honowa? What? Where am I? Am I in Ishgard? Wait, no, that's not Honowa. That's different hair color.
You're awake. Thank heavens. I see you recall that much, at least. In the midst of your duel, it is said you faltered, and that the Crown Prince seized the opportunity to deliver a mortal blow. Yet before his blade could find its mark, he was distracted by the arrival of a second adversary who bore you away from the battlefield and into the hands of our chirurgeons.
Oh wait, no, we're not in fucking Ishgard. We're on the lines because Emmerich was there.
Lest you wonder, he left before you awoke. As is his wont.
Yeah, who the fuck was it? Was it Sid? Oh. Oh!
Estinian never was one for emotional farewells. Though Xenos bested all before him, the battle clearly took its toll, for he retreated shortly after your rescue. Seeing this, the remaining Imperial forces decided discretion was the better part of valor and
thank
back,
God.
allowing us to re-establish our position. We have since received word of renewed unrest in the provinces, doubtless inspired by the efforts of the Eorzean Alliance and our Far Eastern allies. Nor does the good news end there. We have also come into possession of intelligence suggesting unrest within the Imperial Court. This would certainly explain why both the Emperor and Lord Xenos appear to have abandoned the fight. A long-awaited ray of hope in these dark times.
That line now is actually a bit off-putting, given... He's probably not, like, literally talking about, oh, praise the light that happened, but, like, keep hearing that the light is just going to erase everything, so, like, whenever that juxtaposition comes up again, it's...
Yet to awake, I'm afraid. But please, concentrate on your own recovery for now. You have carried the hopes of some half-dozen nations, and we are all eternally grateful for your efforts. But no one is without their limits, not even you. Leave this fight to us, my friend. You have earned your rest. But before I forget, I was asked to deliver a message as soon as you awoke.
From Estinian?
A reminder that you are not alone, though many of your allies have fallen. When you are well and rested, you are to return home, where friends will be waiting for you. Now, if you will excuse me, I must return to the front. May we meet again soon, under happier circumstances.
I'm not gonna lie, when it kind of cut to black after Xenos tried to deliver the mortal blow, I was gonna be real mad if this game just plucked me out of... Wait, we are in Ishgard? Oh, okay. Shit. I guess I was right the first time. When I heard that you collapsed on the battlefield, I confess I feared the worst. But with you standing here before me, I see now that the reports of your defeat were greatly exaggerated. Thank the Fury. As long as we have you, Master Felspark, history suggests we have a fighting chance. Speaking of fighting, you may be surprised to hear that the war's effects can already be felt even here in Ishgard. In anticipation of a need for reinforcements, Artoirel will soon be departing for the front lines with a contingent of our finest knights. I would advise you to stay until your strength had returned, but I know it would be an exercise in futility. Yep, I am nothing if stubborn as fuck. Indeed, I suspect you already have decided on your next destination. Dark days lie ahead, of that I have no doubt. But the light of hope shall ever guide our steps, so long as we have the will to press onward. And press onward we must. Farewell, my friend. I pray our next meeting will be under happier circumstances. Why Ishgard? Both Emmerich and Astidian... Well, I guess to... more experienced chirurgeons, I guess, but like... Yeah, and I guess I am like a VIP, more or less, but like... Like, at this point, I have no idea who's waiting ahead. Could be bloody anyone at this point. Oh, Coltonet in the back. Tataru's here. I feel like I should remember some of these people.
The 12! I don't believe it!
Hug her. Oh, cowards.
I rushed back as soon as I could. I swear, my heart nearly stopped when I heard you'd collapse like the others. What in heaven's name is going on?
Am I actually going to explain what happened? Because, like, even I don't understand what's going on at this point. Well, barely, anyway.
Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. Oh, well, that's helpful. And what else did he say? The better path leads to him? If his is the voice you've all been hearing, perhaps the others are with him.
That would make sense.
Sir Emmerich said the fighting had reached a stalemate, didn't he? But if that monster masquerading as Xenos comes back... Thancred, Yestola, Urianger, Alphano, Alize... You're going to need all of them on your side to defeat him. And I forbid you from going to face him on your own. Do you hear me?
So if you must leave, go and find the others. Bring them home. As for where to start, you said the stranger had left a beacon for you at the Crystal Tower, right?
Actually, that reminds me. At the end of the Crystal Tower thing, Nero throws his, like, I don't know what it actually detects. I would assume, like, ether or some kind of power level thereof. But he chucks it down. He just, like, throws it away in front of the place that you used to enter the raid, or the tower. And, it starts beeping incessantly as it goes down.
But how are you to find it, now that the tower has been sealed shut?
That is a very good question.
There has to be a way. If anyone would know, it's Sid, and the researchers of St. Coinac's find. Don't you worry, we'll find that beacon for you.
I feel like I should remember more of the characters that are here than I actually do. Okay, Solus. What else have you got for us? I hope it's admonishing Xenos. That'd be funny as fuck. Oh, it actually might be.
I pray you have good reason for abandoning the front.
How could I remain there while the rumor that my son is possessed by a demon spreads like a sickness here at home? I will not be made to fight for the throne a second time.
That is actually perfectly reasonable. Like, fuck you, I'm not doing this shit again. It almost broke us.
Tell me you would destroy Eorzea's champion with the ease that one might swat a fly.
Go on, Xenos. I really want to hear this one. But yeah, like, that is actually a perfectly reasonable explanation, because the last time this happened, it almost tore the Empire apart, and if the Empire is just, like, just disintegrates, then... Well, I mean, he obviously doesn't have power, but then, like, they can't even do what the Ascians want them to do at that point.
A minor setback. He will not escape me again.
The Alamegan border was just a setback.
Where is your grandsire? I would have words with him.
How should I know? Do you hide from each other's sight as well? I imagine he's doing what all Ascians do.
A direct quote, actually.
He must have found a way to take advantage of this turmoil.
Men are not pawns to be played with, Ascian. You underestimate us at your peril.
Weren't you literally going on about how we literally aren't, or... Like, we literally aren't as powerful as we should be? I feel like...
This war will not be decided by you and yours. Man must choose his own fate, and I, for my part, will do all within my power to see Garlemald emerge victorious.
Oh dear.
Pray forgive the intrusion, Your Radiance, but the requested preparations are now complete. We stand ready to begin production of Black Rose upon your order.
Okay, begin production. Right. Alright. That was not how I expected that to end. Hell yeah, Lise. I can't remember if this is the same song as, during the last credits. I'm gonna give it a second to play through while I see if I can do low light while it's at least shining on me. Yeah, that looks fine. Oh, actually, I should, keep the config open, at least for the time being. I think I actually like Stormblood more than Heavensward. Now, one thing I have said in the past about, like, this specific topic is that, obviously, like, the general feeling is, actually, hang on a sec. How loud am I compared to, yeah, I might turn down the music just a tad for this bit. And then it reaches a crescendo. What a good boy. So what I've said about this in the past is that it definitely feels like the general attitude towards the 4 expansions is that ARR's writing is not good at all. Heavensward is a massive improvement and a really good expansion, or like really good writing-wise. Stormblood seems to be a bit more divisive, and then Shadowbringers, like, everyone loves. So, like, I guessed at the time that one of the reasons that Heavensward and Stormblood are similar, or Stormblood has a bit more of a divided opinion than Heavensward is because of the contrast between ARR and Heavensward, and then Heavensward and Stormblood. And yeah, like, oh, I'll need to change that back now because the screen isn't blindingly bright. I really need to get, like, a light or something for in here, I think. Like, I'm not going to say that that's not the case, because there are definitely different things that people, there are definitely, like, when things are, like, so similarly well written, there's always going to be things that people, like and dislike about either of them, and that's fine. But I'm curious if the consensus over those two is because of that. Obviously, if you ask individual people, it's kind of hard to really grasp, because you're talking about how does a group think about a thing, and then asking everyone within that group to kind of justify it, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think I actually like Stormblood more than Heavensward in terms of writing. Like Heavensward is a very contained story in a lot of ways. Like, it's mostly just Ishgard. Because, like, the narrative positions you as, like, reaching the lowest low, going to Ishgard to kind of get back on your feet. And as a result, it has a similar kind of, or not exactly similar, but it starts from a much more focused and narrow scope than the way that Stormblood starts. And it makes sense if you're trying to kind of, like, rewrite ground up to do that sort of approach. Start small and expand it out before you go back and try and do the bigger rewrite, or the bigger follows on for the story. And I think the reason I like Stormblood a lot better is that it is... Well, maybe not even better, but like I feel like Stormblood is up there with Heavensward because it is a stride to create bigger stories on the quality of Heavensward, and I feel like they almost 100% nailed that. I've said in the past that there were a couple of points where I was like, oh man, that point could have been made a bit better, or there was an opportunity to really explore this thing. But they're like really minor things. Yeah, I like delving into the Empire more, introducing two different cultures and countries and their strives and wants and needs, and marrying that all together with the like solidifying of the Eorzean alliance with other countries other than Ishgard now. There's just so much that happened in this, and I don't think... Yeah, and it didn't really feel like it, it didn't really feel like the pace was off. Now, obviously to reiterate, I didn't play these when they were released, clearly. Or I'm not playing them when they're released, and the story would definitely feel different in that circumstance. I am burning through these stories, so there's almost certainly some arguments to be made that, like, Stormblood looks better playing it like this than maybe it did when it was released. That's fair. I guess I'd be... like, I'm in a weird circumstance where I'm looking on these games in hindsight, almost, or playing them in hindsight, yet knowing nothing about them. Or yet not knowing what actually happens, having not experienced the story at all. But like I said, like, I had different opinions about ARR, and I've had changing opinions on Heavensward when I played through them with other characters. So it's possible that once I go through them again, knowing that with a more critical eye, that I might actually change my opinion a bit. But yeah, like, in terms of all the character stuff that happened in this game, I pretty much liked every single one of them. The stuff they did with exploring the Empire and fighting the Empire and that was really good. Seeing how the Empire, like, subjugates two different nations was interesting and, like, in my opinion, really well done. Again, maybe if I look back on it, there might be a few things here and there that I don't think were done as well, but... I mean, for starters, like, one of the shining moments of this expansion is actually giving Yotsuyu a really awesome send-off, despite being a villain. Like, a really satisfying one at that. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I really, really enjoyed this expansion, story-wise. And now that I'm done with Stormblood, I'm actually interested to kind of go back and look at why people didn't like Lise as much in this. Like, I don't want to just treat that as, oh, it's just because she's not a caricature anymore. Or at least I hope there's more to it than that, because that would honestly be disappointing, because I think, like, what they did with her as a character, and, like, legitimately treating her as a caricature as a leaping off point is really fucking cool. But yeah. Anyway, I think we had enough of this. Another traveling outfit. Oh yeah. I knew you'd be alright. And to celebrate your return, I made you this. A brand new traveling outfit. Oh, I do hope it fits. Well, I mean, you still have my measurements, and probably haven't changed all that much. But now is not the time to fuss over your measurements. I must go speak with the researchers at St. Coinax Find. You go and rest while we track down that beacon. and what might be the last time we hear this quest music for a fair while. Ah, yes. I didn't forget about you. You puppets.
My enemy. My friend. Had I been but a step faster.
Is that actually Xenos? Okay, hold on. So, one of the things... I'm sure I mentioned this at some point, but, like, when I was talking about, like, how Xenos came back the first time, when I thought it was just Xenos had revived, like, I postulated that he could do the same thing that people with the Echo did, and oh my fucking god, if this is literally just Xenos... He's the only other person we've seen with the double eyes.
Bloody savages!
A pity your hunt leads you elsewhere. Not that I am surprised. May you find joy in it. Grow stronger, more savage, and savor every triumph. In the meantime, I will reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
Fuck me. In the midst of a requiem for heroes, a voice rings out across time and space. In fields of tranquil light, sow you seeds of darkness. Oh boy. I guess we're on Shadowbringers then.